Just wanted to say this video is brought to you by W Energy. Use code PORK514 to get 10% off your first purchase.
Novaonline, the final boss of unemployment. Everyone's favorite chomiest of chome. Nova has been having one hell of a year from being exposed by multiple people in his inner circle and who know him in real life, to even people showing up at his house twice to protest him to be arrested, where one protest broke many laws. It was a huge and controversial moment. However, even in the darkest of times, people will find us ally even in the strangest places. Unfortunately for Nova, that ally is another Lolcow who's also a diaper degenerate known as Andrew Ditch. Now, for those of you who don't know who Andrew Ditch is, and I could honestly say I don't blame you because I just only heard of him recently, Andrew Ditch is this 40-year-old who lives in Erie, Pennsylvania. He's also a suspected predator with even a lot more allegations pointing to him than there is at Nova. Well, he would go on to YouTube community and post the following. Gabe is not a PDF file. The same hate group goes after me and tries to claim that the same things with me. For some reason, everyone who has autism and needs adult diapers acts odd or is strange is for some reason a PDF. Go to Idaho Sex Offender Registry and search for Novaonline real name. If you don't know his real name, Google it. Then you can search it, and he is not a child monster. This is bullying and stalking and harassment. But according to the speaker of this protest, that being Jay Bowens, according to the speaker, this protest or takeover helps Nova by making him appear as a victim of bullying, which potentially undermines the work done by others to hold him accountable for his actions. Timestamp 147 to 207. Timestamp 728 to 730. I'm just going to read past this. By engaging in the activities like trespassing, harassment, and property damage, the protesters muddy the water, causing authorities to focus more on the illegal conduct of the crowd rather than on the actions of Nova. These speakers explains that this behavior allows Nova to evade the consequences he deserves because it portrays the individuals targeting him as a group of unruly bullies. In this video, creator Jay Bowens strongly criticizes the second protest, also called a takeover, held at the home of Novaonline. While Jay Bowens agrees that Nova should face consequences for his alleged actions, he argues that the behavior of the protesters was counterproductive, illegal, and harmful to the cause of justice. All of that is very true, and I will get to this later on when I'm done reading this post. Key takeaways from the video: illegal conduct. Jay Bowens outlines how the event escalated into the harassment rather than peaceful protest. This includes individuals trespassing, on private property, attempting to steal personal items like a tricycle, and ordering unwanted deliveries to the house, which I don't want to condone to this, but the fact that diapers showed up to his house during mid-protest was hilarious. I don't condone it, but it was hilarious. Counterproductive results. The creator argues that these actions actually make Nova appear as a victim, potentially undermining months of work by the YouTube community to properly expose and report Nova's activities to the authorities. Community responsibility. Jay Bowens disking.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Whatever, between the YouTube community and which he describes as focused on the news reporting illegal avenues, and the TikTok crowd, whom he blames for prioritizing views or clout, and blames for prioritizing views, clout, and drama over meaningful lawful action. Concerns for neighborhoods and family. The video highlights the negative impact of these events on neighbors and Nova's disabled mother, who is described as an amputee. Jay Bowen concludes by emphasizing that he does not endorse or support showing up at anyone's home, urges the viewers to move away from these types of takeovers and focus on the legitimate evidence based on reporting to ensure that Nova is held accountable through proper legal channels. Okay, and that was a mouthful, especially from a guy who's claiming to be autistic. As someone who is on the spectrum, and I was indeed diagnosed, there is no way I can type this without using, a certain device. And it's clear if you don't know what's going on This second half, where all this numbers and stuff comes from, was used to recap what's going on in a YouTube video, and Andy Ditch decided to copy and paste it to his community post along with the video. But the other thing I want to say, though, is the fact that Andrew Ditch, in his mind, is saying that Novaonline is not a predator because he was never registered for it. He was never arrested for it. And I'm going to be honest with you, that is like the biggest BS I ever heard of in my entire life. Just because someone was not arrested for something does not mean they are not guilty of the said crime. It is wild to even think that someone would think like that. Because I can tell you right now, there are plenty of criminals out there that are doing these heinous acts, and they're still one of those things. Just because they weren't charged doesn't mean that they're innocent. I mean, yeah, you got the innocent until proven guilty, but at some point, when someone keeps doing these things over and over again, they're guilty until proven innocent. And there's the whole controversy with Andrew Ditch, and we'll cover it in a separate video. I really got to get onto that one because there's so much that he's done in his past, from poisoning his family and other predatory behaviors on his end to abusing care workers. But I would actually go on to have AI, and I'm going to say this, I'm not a good drawer, so I had AI help me with this picture.
Oh my goodness!
And funny enough, on a post that Nova made on Twitter, or X, okay, so Nova would say, ISTG DoorDash support is fucking incompetent as fuck. As one of his rants about DoorDash. I posted on his comment, ask Daddy Andy for help. And the craziest part was, Nova liked it. Nova liked the comment. But that's not all that happened in the Lolcow community involving Novaonline. Well, just about 1 day ago, at the time of the recording this, someone decided to go to Nova's house and take his TNT wrestling belt. But now you're probably thinking, especially if you're a wrestling fan and you've been following Novaonline,
Pork chop, isn't that belt worth a lot of money? Isn't that like an authentic replica?
and to that I say, I don't know, I've never even seen the belt in person. But assuming that we are saying this is an authentic replica of the TNT title, that belt could cost anywhere between a couple $100 to $500 maybe? I'm not sure, I have to look up into it. I'm going on WWE prices on their belts, so just for a ballpark. But you're probably thinking to yourself, how would anyone steal it? That I say, this fucking idiot left his belt in his trike basket. He left it outside. Well, good news is he got it back, if anyone cares. But guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Although I do think if you leave personal property out like that, that is very valuable. Especially when you know people are constantly coming to your property and you leave it out, that's on your fault. At the same time, even though I feel like that, yeah, that's appropriate action, don't go on his property and take stuff. Again, we said it last time when I did a video over the takeover. He is in the middle of an investigation with the FBI, possibly state, I'm not sure. But once again, you're giving him more fuel to the fire for the Nova files. And finally, we're going to cover up one more thing, and that was someone decided to call Nova 5 to 6 times last week while he was filming. After or factor Neil's review, whatever. And it was, guys, you're not going to see this. This is the greatest show ever.
Like, it needs a little warm. But let's go ahead and try some of this pesto risotto. Strong celery. Before I was rudely interrupted by a phone call, it's got a very strong celery taste to it. And I'm not the big... And as I was saying, I am not the biggest celery fan. Finally, a good take. There's only like 4 pieces of sausage in here, but let's try one. This ain't Sad Boy Eats, but that sausage... I swear to God, if I get interrupted one more time, this goddamn Pennsylvania number won't stop bothering me. 4 out of 5 stars. Novaonline Universe signing off.
Why, gee, I wonder who called him.
Hey guys, post-editing Pork Chop here. As when I'm getting ready to edit this, after I filmed everything, 2 more things came out about Novaonline. Well, the first is, shocker, he created yet another Discord server that essentially has minors in it. I'm gonna post screenshots from a Grubba who posted them on X or Twitter. As you can see, once his cover was blown, Nova had him banned. But the other concerning thing with this guy is him having another server with potentially even more minors is very concerning based on his past experience with minors in his Discord server. Again, if you're not familiar with that, please go look up the Nova files and other information. But another thing I wanted to bring up is Nova was trying to donate plasma and potentially little white boneless children. I'm not sure if I could say the actual word on YouTube. Alright, but this is actually kind of funny because Nova is trying so hard to have children somewhere in the world because he is the last of the Gage bloodline, and if he doesn't reproduce, then the bloodline ends with him. Which, two things: first off, no, Nova, don't reproduce. We don't need another one of you running around. And secondly, raising a kid in this economy is ridiculously hard and difficult. I mean, everything's still going up and it doesn't seem like it's coming down anytime soon. And even as someone who does have kids, although be it they live with their mother, it is very difficult. So yeah, Nova, that's another, I don't think you should have kids at all. But not to mention though, with him trying to donate his, well, unborn offsprings, I'm expecting him that he got rejected because donating that to begin with is ridiculously hard, which is why they cost so much. You have to fall into a specific requirement. I know out here in Portland at one place you have to be going for your bachelor's, and you have to be 5'8", so it's ridiculously wild. But as far as the plasma goes, yeah, he's trying to sell that too. But that's all I really have on Nova this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure y'all stay away from the chome. And as always, guys, dare to defy. Love ya, consensually. Goodbye.